Guys, it's time to rate Doom the Dark Ages. I thought that this was a fun game. I thought that it was a pretty good game. Was it as good as the past two modern Doom games? No. I felt that it was severely lacking in certain areas, and definitely not worth the $100 I paid. Graphics! I did not play on the highest level of graphics. I thought the medium graphic, like the normal graphic, was fine, which kind of plays into the aesthetics. The graphics were good. I would not say that they were 20 out of 10, but again, taking into consideration that I didn't play it on the highest difficulty, I think that it's only fair that, you know, I give it a good. I'd say good. Aesthetically, I thought that it was pretty good. I think that it looked like Doom. A lot of the mobs were really nice. The weapon designs were cool. The level designs themselves, like visually, were really good. I enjoyed the aesthetic. I think it felt like Doom, very immersive. Music, a lot of what was there, like the actual Doom, like what's in the background right now, that is good, but it's not in the game enough. There is not enough of the Doom style music. It should be going 24/7 when you're in game. I think that it was tough for anybody of any skill level to top Mick Gordon. That definitely did not happen. To even reach Mick Gordon's level, I think would have been extremely difficult. And I think that some of the tracks did seem close. Definitely did not reach his heights though. It was disappointing a lot of times. So I'm going to say the music was all right. There was a couple of good tracks, just wasn't enough of it in the game. Unfortunately, they did not reach those heights. So I'm going to give it an all right. Difficulty. Luckily, there are a lot of difficulty options in this. I played it on standard. I did, though, change the parry settings to the hardest difficulty of the parry, which I still felt was a way too easy. If you're playing this on the hardest difficulty, you're going to have a hell of a time, I'm sure. The difficulty between like the different weapons and the different levels, I'd say it was average for a Doom experience. Playing on normal. Was it at times a bit too easy? Yes. Well, maybe we go, okay, I'm gonna go easy to learn, hard to master, because if you're playing on the hard difficulties, I'm sure that it's very hard, but on normal, it was easy. I felt very underwhelmed with a lot of the boss fights. I thought that the last few were very good, but like the mech boss fights, they were underwhelming. Probably the first half of the boss fights were only okay. The Chosen one was awesome. The duel fight at the very end was really cool. I did enjoy that. So I'm gonna go easy to learn, hard to master. Again, if you're playing on the harder difficulty, it's probably gonna be tougher, for sure. I will be playing it personally off stream on a higher difficulty. We didn't face any bugs, so I'm gonna say none encountered. Technically, it was very solid. There was no issues with moves not activated, maybe like once or twice. There was no consistent issue of things were not activating or working. Oh, so the game was crashing, guys. The crashes were due to a conflict between the game and Streamlabs. So if I brought the Streamlabs tab or window over the game, for some reason, they were colliding and blowing up. That was not, I would say, just because of the game. That is, it of course is a conflict with the game, but it didn't happen to us when we were actually playing because I had figured out that it was Streamlabs. So partially, I guess it's the game, but it also partially was just an issue with Streamlabs. I don't know why. I've never had that happen before. So that is true though. I'll say few bugs. But keep in mind, if you're not streaming, you're not going to have that issue. Unless it's just with any tab. Then you're going to have fucking issues, and that's a problem. Story was good, right? It was a prequel. And as I say all the time, the problem with prequels is it seems like they got to a point in a story where they gave up. They didn't know what to write. They didn't know how to continue it. So they said, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go back in time. which is disappointing. It's Doom, right? I'm not here exclusively for the story and expecting it to be really in-depth and intricate and complicated and have millions of pieces of lore. That's not the case. It was good. It was standard. It wasn't anything phenomenal. There were quite a lot of cutscenes, though. I'll give it an alright standard. Gameplay was fun. I thought that, so this has to do with the level design as well. I thought that there was not enough in terms of difficulty for the puzzles, which is a larger part of the gameplay when it comes to getting the collectibles. I felt that most of the collectibles were really straightforward, really to the point. I thought that the mixture of weapons was good. I really liked the BFC. I thought that that was really fucking cool. I liked a lot of the weapons themselves. I just felt like the average kind of like speed that they start with was too slow. We did speed it up. The speed that is standard is not good. We did turn it up, but I'm someone who believes, like, I don't want to sit and fiddle with settings for 5 hours. I want to get in the game. I want to blow shit up. I want to kill stuff. I just want to have fun. I thought that, unfortunately, though, there were quite a few level designs. I'd say, like, half of the level designs were just not great. This stream, I felt all of the level designs were pretty good. I enjoyed most of the level designs in this stream, but there were a lot that felt just like filler. And with the dragon's cute, love the dragon, filler. The mech levels, fun for 5 minutes, filler. There wasn't any sort of like barrel rolling with the dragon or explosive walls that you could go through. With the mech, it's just one button click or 2 button clicks. Really disappointing. Elysium, thank you for the 5. I'm a normie, so I only play on normal. That's the best way to review it, in my opinion. Yeah, usually I play most games on, like, the normal difficulty. Everything felt like a lot of filler, which is a problem when a game is so short. Everything shouldn't feel like filler. Everything should feel very intentional, and it really didn't. So, I'm gonna say, I feel like it would be between boring and fun. I would give it an alright. I don't have that here. I'd say it was alright. I definitely think that Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are significantly better. Did I hate this game? No. I'll give it a fun, but it's technically in the middle. Quality of life, it was missing a lot of features. I'm not a fan of a minimap. There's, well, it's not that I'm against a minimap, but I don't always need a minimap. I was disappointed that there weren't simple things like a pin system in the game. Oh yeah, the swimming was also not good. I just felt like it was missing a lot of features. Game time, I padded it out a bit because initially I was just going to get 100% on all the levels, and then I decided not to because the game kept scamming me. But you could get this game done in 10 hours, which for $70 doesn't sit right with me. I personally consider that really short. I think the sweet spot for games is 20 to 30 hours. I'm sure that there's people out there who think, no, 10 hours is perfect. I don't have a month to put into a game. Totally understandable. For me, these are my ratings. I think it was really short. We could have finished it in 2 streams if we wanted to. I did a little bit more. I was exploring. I was trying to collect the codexes, get a little bit more info. It was really short, though, in general. I'm going to give it a short just because we played a little bit longer. But you could complete the story in 10 hours if you wanted to. Price and quality. I paid $100 for this. Now, granted, I'm a content creator, and I was looking for the early access. If I paid $100 and I was an average person, I would be underwhelmed. If I paid $70 for this game, I would be underwhelmed. If I paid $50 for this, I think you're getting into the okay zone. This is a good $40 game. Wait for a sale. It is not worth a $70 to $100 price tag by any stretch of the means. 50 and under, I could say go for it. If I was just putting a price tag, $25, perfect. Wait for a sale. Wait for a sale. Replayability, I don't think that it's got unlimited, and I don't think it's a single playthrough. Handful, I would play this probably one more time on the hardest difficulty, just to get that experience. Besides that, though, I don't think that this has unlimited by any means. Handful of playthroughs. For Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, they're right around an 8. I enjoyed them more than this experience. I felt like this just was underwhelming in a lot of ways. The maps were not amazing. The music was not amazing most of the time. A lot of the boss fights were disappointing. The collectibles were really easy to get. I was not as impressed with this as I have been with every other Doom game I've ever played. I'm gonna give it a 6. I felt that the experience was fun. I had a good time in a lot of the areas. In some of the areas. There was just a lot lacking. But ultimately, it is not even close to every other Doom game. I'm gonna give it a 6. That's my final rating, guys.